Kind of like the old CFL when you had the Rough Riders playing the Rough Riders. Ottawa and Saskatchewan, but this one, Hermiston going against Pasco.
That's exactly right. Now, both of these teams are have yet to win a game in the MCC, so somebody here tonight will be walking away with this trophy and a victory in the win column of the MCC. Now, when we look at both of these teams and kind of break things down a little bit, what are you seeing from Hermiston?
Well, for Hermiston, Dale Krebs Jr. And Dale last week, 144 yards receiving in a loss against Southridge. He can play a little bit of quarterback, so he's a very versatile senior, and we wish him the best.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of those utility guys, as people like to say. They kind of play him where they need him. But for Pasco, they got a guy with an arm back there. He's young, but getting some good experience. What do you think about him?
Got to see him on opening night. Junior Alvera is 5'7", 150 pounds. He's got a strong arm. Showed me a little bit early in the game, but he can throw. Last week, 11 of 22, 143 yards in a loss against Kamiakin.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now, again, maybe no real ramifications from this game, but it is important. Somebody will be walking away with a win tonight. But we'll have more right after the break. I like the little petting install. Welcome into Edgar Brown Memorial Stadium, where we're set to get things underway between Pasco and Hermiston for the first ever Bulldog Bowl, Craig.
Should be interesting. They decided to make this interesting. Both teams 0-6 in the MCC, 0-7 overall. Somebody's got to walk away a winner tonight, and they decided to have a little fun, and they plan on doing this every year. Both teams named the Bulldogs. Both wear purple.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You got one team in Hermiston wearing their away colors, white. Pasco dressed in their black and purple. But I don't know. I mean, how'd you feel about the trophy? I thought the trophy was pretty unique.
I liked it. I thought it was good. Like I said, I wish I'd had my dog treats with me that I have in the kitchen. Would have been nice to bring him along and see if Bowser would have enjoyed him.
Oh, I'm sure he would have.
Bring him bone.
They even gave him a little purple collar. I don't know if you noticed that on there.
And had the special lights.
Yep, the little LED lights.
By the way, this broadcast is brought to you by Allman Orthodontics. Allman Orthodontics, creating the smile of your dreams, located in Kennewick on Quinault Avenue, right behind Costco, as we get ready to go.
And Hermiston will be set to return the kickoff. There's a Bulldog there, as you can see. Speaking of Bulldogs.
Can they run on both sides and serve as the Bulldog?
As Pasco will get ready to kick this one away, so we can get the first Bulldog Bowl in action.
Which we're against the World Series tonight, the Yankees and Dodgers. Two teams, the only two teams in baseball that do not have mascots.
You know, I didn't know that.
They do not have mascots.
Huh. Now that you mention it.
They've got some goofy fans, but no mascots. And I've watched them slug it out between them up in the stands. It's entertaining.
Yeah, an interesting game going on there, too, right now. The kick is away. We'll have the refs come out. I don't think maybe the whistle had blown yet.
Yeah, no, it's not a good kick.
So he'll get a chance.
We were just practicing.
Yeah, yep. So
they were offside. Yeah, they were offside. So they're going to take it back 5. So on the opening kickoff, Pasco's offside.
We'll do it again from 5 yards deeper.
So this could be interesting. And an opportunity to return as far as Hermiston is concerned. Hermiston last week against Southridge lost 49-6.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been tough sledding for both of these squads throughout the MCC, and I think they're both kind of in those rebuild years right now. And this time the kick is up, no offsides, and so Hermiston will have a chance to return it, takes it to the left side, finally brought down out of bounds, brought down right around the 22-yard line, and that's where they'll set up their offense.
Good return. All in all, about 20 yards. And with that 5 yards, seeing a little bit back, so gets out over the 30 to the 32-yard line, and Hermiston with the first opportunity.
And I haven't seen too much from this Hermiston offense, so I'm kind of excited to see, what exactly it is they run. They come out with 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Fake the handoff, throw the screen pass, tries to beat the defender, finally brought down. That'll be pickup of, ref will say, maybe a couple inches on the play, not even quite a yard.
Yeah, that was Dale Krebs with the reception. The pass from Kyle Stasek, 6 foot, 170-pounder. And a freshman.
Wilson 3 to the left this time, 3 wideouts. And a pump fake, gets his defender jumping in the air, scrambles out to the right, but great contained defense there from Pasco.
Stasek again with the in the pocket, decided to give it up. Rolls out to the right, quickly brought down.
Yeah, Jaden Williams making a great play defensively there, not allowing him to escape that pocket and break the outside contain. Looks left, then glances right, looks left again, throws it over the middle, and it's in and out of the receiver's hand. And that was Krebs again, was the intended receiver downfield. Just hit him a little high. He was also being pressured there, trying to step up into the pocket. But that'll bring up 4th down. And I just realized I can't say Bulldogs because both of these teams are Bulldogs.
You're going to have Hermiston and Pasco.
So that'll bring up 4th down for Hermiston.
Bulldog ball. It's always going to be Bulldog ball. Again, back to the old CFL when you had Ottawa in the league and they were the Rough Riders.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Against the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. And the difference with one's the Rough Riders. It was 2 words. And then the Rough Riders.
2 and 1. Was there there a hyphen between?
No.
Or just 2 separate words?
Hey, it's the federal government. It's Ottawa. They can do whatever they want.
That's right. That's right.
They had a deficit hyphen is what they did. They can spend money and they can butcher the language however they want to do. It's federal government.
Yeah,
Even in Canada. Right?
Yep. Well, Ethan Velazquez will be back to kick this one off, punt it off, as I should say, but going to have another false start, it appears.
Yeah, Velazquez clapped his hands, and we've got a misfire.
Looked like maybe Ryan Allen for Hermiston just got a little excited, being a gunner, trying to get downfield there a little early. No, they're going to say this is on Pasco, actually. I saw the movement down there at the bottom of the screen. I don't know about yourself, Craig, but
still going to have to punt.
Yeah, that's right. So Velazquez for a 3rd time will get a chance, and he boots this one away. And they're going to try and field it, instantly met by a Hermiston gunner. Ryan Allen with just some great speed to get down there. I thought maybe he got there a little early, but...
Well, they didn't call it fair catch, so it's
yeah, that's
fair
right.
game.
That's right.
No fair catch. And that kind of surprised me, not having the fair catch there. And immediately set him up, and Allen was ready to pop him, and he did.
Well, Vera, not quite what you picture when you think of a quarterback in terms of height, but he is effective with that arm and his scrambling ability. So we'll get our first look at Pasco.
Yeah, he's got a strong arm, no question about it.
Steps up in the pocket, breaks out to the left. Finally brought down by a couple of Hermiston defenders.
But good game, picks up about 3, and that was his read. He didn't see anything open up, so he just kept it, ran left, and
we see it, we're talking about it. We've got very quick feet, able to know when to step up into that pocket. But a great read there, seeing you got nothing and just taking the yards you can get. Brings up 2nd and 7 now for Pasco. Gives up the middle. A decent gain on the run, and they say all you need is 2 to 3 yards every play for a nice efficient drive down the field, and I believe he gets about 3 there. That was Elijah Henry the carry.
Yeah, Valencia with the stop. Or change that to Nathan Welty. Welty with the stop, 6'3", 180.
So Alvaro will come back out with Henderson off to his right, about 2 yards behind Alvaro as well. 3 receivers spread out to the right side of the field, looking like some pre-snap adjustment, but finally takes it, gets instant pressure, and he's brought down, still fighting, finally brought down by Hermiston's defense, and just instant pressure. As soon as that ball was in his hands, Hermiston defensive end was coming for him. We'll take another look at this here. You can see it looks like Henderson just maybe missed the block on the defensive end there, and Alvaro able to make one guy miss, but ultimately you get 3 or 4 on you. It's a little tougher to do, Craig.
Yeah, getting in there first and throwing that hit was Cash Edwards. Edwards went down and then finally finished off by Hayden Larson.
And a punt. It was a odd punt formation. I haven't seen that one before, but looked like maybe they were going to go and make an attempt at a throw, but just takes the snap from shotgun and punts it away.
Well, Hermiston just got a gift there. They're going to take over at the Pasco 49-yard line. So they get a big break right there. Might have been a quick kick. Trying to
maybe not give them a chance at a return, you know. If your enemy doesn't know it's coming, they can't prepare for it.
Well, at the same time, they look at it and 3 and out for the last set as far as Hermiston was concerned. So Pasco having a little bit of a confidence boost and feel they can stop him.
Well, now we'll see Hermiston get their second chance on offense. Hands it off. Maybe lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say he does. So they'll bring up second and still 10 to go for Hermiston. Kyle Stasic signaling to his wideouts. Claps, receives the ball, throws left to the curl route. Receiver breaks one tackle and fights for another couple yards on the second attempt. Nathan Welty with the reception.
Welty, good size at 6'3", 180, senior. Picks up about 4. So a third, and we'll call it 6.
And a late snap there, so I assume we're going to get a false start penalty here. Looked like Stasic was calling for the ball, even started his drop step, but center just, I don't know if they're going on silent count but center wasn't ready to give it up quite yet.
Yeah, it was procedure. So they take it back 5. 3rd and 11 now for Hermiston.
2 receivers down at the bottom. Fakes the handoff. Throws deep down the left side. We're going to get a defensive pass interference call here most likely. Didn't look like the corner was attempting to make a play at the ball, which is why that will most likely be the call. We'll wait to see what the ref officially says, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. His back was to the ball.
Yeah. You know, nowadays, I mean, that offensive pass interference, defensive pass interference, it's a tricky call to make for these referees out here.
That was pretty easy. Like, you've got to have an angle and look at the ball.
Well, that one was for sure.
Yeah, that was a very easy call.
Almost looked like the corner there trying to force the wideout out of bounds. I believe that was Welty that was the intended target.
So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Handoff, spins, breaks a tackle, fights for 4 yards on the play, and a great carry. That carry will lead for a pickup of 4 yards on the play and bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Cole Mbakami with the give, 5'9", 165, and yet another sophomore for this Hermiston team.
Yeah, and I mean, both of these teams super young. Drops back, scanning the field, rolls to his right, still looking, finally throws it away. receiver just over his head. So that's Max Schillenek was the intended target on the play. Maybe had him, but as a quarterback, you never want to risk an interception. Either put it to where your guy can get it or nobody at all, and did a good job of that there. However, that does bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, good decision by Stacy. Just chuck it out of bounds with the coverage. And he was getting near that line of scrimmage, too, where he could have stepped over, and that turns into a penalty.
Drops back, looking like he wants to throw left. Scrambles to his right, breaks a tackle, going to take it himself. Don't know if he quite got there to the marker. They're going to say that he did.
Yeah, he's got a first down. That was a great run. Boy, they talk about it. And great balance, too. Stasic nearly knocked down back behind the line of scrimmage as we look at it one more time.
Yeah, and you could see he was wanting to go to Welty. Rolls out to his right and able to just break the shoestring tackle, tuck it, run, and pick up the first down.
Well, smart for the freshman quarterback, and he protected himself, got out of bounds, stops the clock, drive continues.
And this time he hands it off to McCamey. McCamey will have a pickup of about 5 yards on the carry. To bring up 2nd and 5. And their first drive we didn't really see much. Now they're kind of slowly putting together a decent drive, given they had good field position when they started out. But slowly working the ball up the field for Hermiston. Gives the handoff to the left side. Breaks a couple tackles, still on his feet. He'll finally be brought down inside the 10. A big pickup of about 13 on the carry.
Good job by Hayden Larson. Larson grinding up that left side and able to take a couple of tacklers with him. Ends up with a first down and 1st and goal at the 9-yard line of Pasco. Hermiston driving.
Gives the handoff to Larson, who dives up the middle. Gains another decent chunk play. Really just like a wrecking ball going up that field, breaking tackles and falling forward for a couple extra yards. Takes the snap, and they give it to him again. This time he fights. They'll wait to see if he's in. From my view, it looked like he was. The referees say it's good, and that'll be a touchdown for Hermiston.
Good run by Larson. Larson from about 3 yards out, able to ramble into the end zone. Our first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, and those last 3 plays were just straight Larson. Trusting him to get the job done. So now they'll line up for the extra point attempt. Snaps low on the ground. Good job by the holder there to get it up, and the extra point is good. And we'll have a 7-0 ball game right now with Hermiston out front from Edgar Brown Memorial Stadium. Pasco will get it next when we return. You're watching SWX. Stadium, where Hermiston currently leads 7-0 over Pasco off of the Hayden Larson 3 stretch of carries there, finally able to punch it in for Hermiston and ultimately give them that lead, Craig.
49-yard drive, so Hermiston taking the great field position on the surprise punt that was short, and they cash in. Pacific Office Automation, proud to support student athletics. Pacific Office Automation is problem solved.
Hermiston getting set to kick things off to give Pasco their second opportunity on offense.
Ethan Velasquez to do the kicking.
Pasco with 1 man deep awaiting the kick. Normally you'll see 2 of them deep, opting for just 1. And they go for the onside kick. Doesn't pay off, or does it? Players fighting for it.
It looked like Pasco recovered. Hermiston is pointing, saying we stole it away down on the ground, and they did.
And look at that. The surprise onside kick from Hermiston gives them their second straight possession. Definitely just caught Pasco off guard there. It looked like, you said, Craig, looked like they had it and then just fought it away in that dog pile.
Yeah, in that pile, somebody was able to yank that ball and pull it down at the bottom of the pile. So full credit. Hermiston, good plan. Why not? You had good success, and they're going to get great field position again, this time at the 48-yard line, coming off a 49-yard drive.
Yeah,
see what they do here.
Second great series with a great field position. And they hand it off. They'll lose a couple yards on the play.
But we have a penalty marker down. I think it's going to go against Hermiston. It flipped on that side of the field.
Yeah, you taught me that. Our last call we had together about the flag.
Insider officiating information.
Yep. That's privileged information coming from Craig West right there. Just giving everybody an idea of what's what whenever they go to a ball game.
I always tried to do that, throw it on the side, and then everybody that is what you're taught. Take and chuck it over there. Take and throw it,
and that's what they did, and that's exactly what the call was. So they'll line up and go for it again, this time 5 yards deeper, so it'll be 1st and 15. In the jet pitch, just the little touch pass, breaks a couple tackles, makes one man miss, finally brought down out of bounds. And that was Krebs. And, that actually counts as receiving yards and passing yards there, that little touch pass, because it technically is a forward pass from the quarterback.
Yes, it is. Russell Wilson was so good at that little chuck pass, like a chest pass.
Well, speaking of, Seahawks and Russell Wilson, Geno Smith made that famous at West Virginia University with Tavon Austin.
And you would know that.
Yep.
Being a West Virginian.
Little struggle in the handoff, but ultimately gets it off, breaks it out to the left side, and a big gain finally going to be brought down, and that's Larson again with the carry. A big pickup of over 20 on the play for Hermiston.
Larson's just running the game right now, literally and figuratively. Watch this, and in fact, a fumble and kind of a miscue, but Larson able to make something out of what could have been some damage.
Yeah, I don't even know how much Stasic even got on that handoff. I think it just almost went straight to Larson.
Yeah.
Almost a direct snap.
Yeah, Larson, the junior, very, very calm. 5'11", 175, and able to snag that ball out of the air.
Stasic drops back, looks left, throws left. He's got Wielty, who makes the reception. Be close to enough yardage for the first down.
Welty with the advantage height-wise is 6'3". Gets up the ladder and earns a first down, and Hermiston ready to chalk up another good drive here with 4.5 left in the first.
Moving the ball pretty good. Takes the snap. It's going to be a design quarterback run as he rolls out to the right. Cuts back inside his blocker, but we do have a penalty flag down. Looking for most likely holding out there, maybe on the outside.
Yeah, came down right as soon as the play had ended. Right there at the end of the play.
That was Nathaniel Henderson who was out there trying to make the block that Stasic cut inside. And that will be the call, is holding. So that'll back Hermiston up 5 yards. No replay, first down. This time, 1st and 15. Stasic with the give up the middle. And a big, nice run. Just straight bully football.
Yeah, that's Gonzaga. They got the hand up. 6'1", 185 senior. Wearing number 13 tonight. Normally number 24, but it changed before the game. So Gonzaga, number 13. Takes that hand up.
Gonzaga goes out and catches the little pass. Finally met by a host of Pasco defenders. Short gain on the play. And we've seen a host of running backs here for this Hermiston offense.
Fabian Mercado popped him pretty good as soon as he caught the ball. Picked up a hard yard. So 3rd and 9 for Hermiston.
Gonzaga's still back there in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to Gonzaga. Rolls right, looking for a receiver. And he's got one in the end zone. What a catch. As that was Krebs with the reception. Just goes up over top of his receiver and makes an over the corner, and makes an incredible catch. And I mean, we talked about him before the game. You know, he's their go-to guy when it comes to throwing it downfield, and Stasek just chucked up a prayer, and Krebs comes down with that. But it looks like that play is going to be called back, so we'll have a penalty flag on Hermiston. And take another look at that reception there. What a catch.
Job well done, but they're going to have to work in reverse. Ball goes back to the 17-yard line of Pasco. 3rd and 14 this time.
Takes the snap, and it's on the ground. Just has to fall on it to avoid the turnover. And that'll bring up 4th down for Hermiston.
Hermiston gets a challenge here.
Just slightly outside of the red zone. We'll see what they do here. And it looks like they're just going to attempt the field goal, as Mills will be the holder.
And Velasquez to do the kicking. This will be a 38-yarder.
Kick is up. Kick is no good. Falls just short of that lower bar. And that'll keep the score at Hermiston still in front, 7. Pasco, nothing.
Yeah, 38-yard field goal, no good. By the way, Country Mercantile and their pumpkin patch is open at the Pasco store. Rides too, family-friendly fun for kids of all ages. Games, ride, delicious food, and a lot more. It's the event for the fall, and it's going to be fall by the time we end this game tonight. It's going to be about 42 degrees.
Well, you know, talking about the Mercantile, I was just there on Wednesday. Had a lovely date, had a great time, carved some pumpkins, and so it's a pretty place. People definitely should go check that out if they haven't.
Oh, they have great food there.
Yeah, I had a sub. It was great. So Pasco takes over on offense. Run up the middle. Pickup of maybe 6 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Trying to establish that running game, and that's one of the things that Pasco this year has not been able to do coming into the game. Just over 1,000 yards of total offense, but 842 have come in the air.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, really good arm from Olvera. Just has to give him time in that pocket to utilize it, as it looks like that's exactly what he'll do here. Throws out to the left. They'll say that he caught it, as that's Kevin Flores with the reception. Brings up a new set of downs for the Pasco.
Yeah, it impressed me the first game, and Olvera with a touchdown early in the game on opening night. And first quarter showed quite a bit. But the inexperience, it's a learning process, and you're a freshman out there, it's a hard game.
Yeah, absolutely. But getting some valuable experience as they hand off up the middle, fighting for some yards, trying to push the pile. Maybe a pickup of 1 on the play. So that'll bring up 2nd down now.
As they always say, the price of education is steep, but he's definitely learning as it goes. And
yeah, I mean, I talked to Coach before the season started, and, you know, obviously they had a really good quarterback last year that transferred. And so they're kind of in the mindset. They got a lot of young guys. I believe he said they had 60 underclassmen who were out there. So they're kind of in that rebuild mindset right now. Motions his back to the right. Looks at him, gives him a glance, and then decides he's going to take it himself. Rolls left and then rolls right. Then finally throws it away to his back. His back will be brought down out of bounds, just 2 yards short of the line to gain. What a crazy play that was. looked like maybe a intentional designed run, and then just had to throw it away. Had a little escape plan as he rolled back out to the right there.
Yeah, Oliveira ran right straight to the center, and then all of a sudden, as he went left, he turned right and able to pick up some yardage.
We will have a holding penalty on Pasco, as that'll back them up. And typically that's what you tend to, on those long plays where the quarterback holds onto the ball, you usually end up with a holding penalty because you're not supposed to be able to block people that long.
Well, it was an improvisational play, and that's where things get messy when you improvise, and that takes it way back. So now it's going to be 2nd and 19.
And our two craziest plays of the game so far have been wiped out by penalties. But Pasco make a go at it again here from, as you said, 2nd and 19. So long distance to go.
At its own 22.
Drops back. Throws over the middle. Receiver had the DB beat, but just overthrows the wideout. So that was Max Valencia.
Yeah, Valencia was off to the races. He was gone. But the pass led him by about 3 or 4 yards too much. A little bit too much air on it.
You know, I was watching Valencia before we were down there on the field, and that's a guy right there that's got some great hands. He's a pretty big target, standing at 5'9", 150. I don't know if that quite does him justice or if I'm just that short, Craig. But great target out there for Olvera. So Olvera's going to have no choice but to throw this one. Throws the comeback route. Didn't quite able to bring that one in as it falls down to the ground.
16.2 left here in the first. And deep in its own end. Down to 7-0 to Hermiston. Pasco will punt.
It'll be the third possession in a row now for Pasco, ending with a punt. And penalties have really been killer for their offense. Hermiston with 2 people deep to receive. Akers will be the one. With a handle, takes it up the left and some great blocks. Still on his feet, down the sideline. We will see a flag fly. See what that's about. But a great return by Tabor Mills for Hermiston.
Well, Mills, a good read, followed his blockers, headed right up that left side. Eventually got knocked out of bounds, and see what the white hat has for us.
Personal foul on Hermiston. So it'll back them up, and yet again, here's this Hermiston offense with some great field position. This time, just outside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the penalty from the spot of the foul. So
have time for just one more play before the end of the first quarter with 4.2 seconds left. And the touch pass again, trying to cut it up the middle, does so, trying to cut it back to the left side of the field. Finally brought down, a pickup of 6 from Krebs. As that play will bring us to the end of our first quarter of action. Hermiston on top of Pasco, 7-0. Craig, you know, we got an exciting one here, but we'll get back to it right after the break. You're watching SWX.
It's time for Northern Quest $150,000
Ultimate Game Night Giveaway!
With a brand new Yukon Denali up for grabs. So come on down and play daily to winner. Grand prize drawing November 30th.
Welcome back into Edgar Brown Memorial Stadium, where Hermiston currently leads it over Pasco 7-0. Just into the first quarter of action. Now about to start the second. And, not much offense in this one so far, and a lot of penalties. Penalties have been really killer for both of these teams early.
Let's talk about possession time, and Hermiston having the ball probably 66% of the time, 8 of the 12 minutes. And we have a false start.
So that'll go against Pasco. Looking like they were going with a silent count there. And from up here in the box, we can't hear the claps, but we can see, went for the clap, probably was on 2, able to get a Pasco defensive lineman to jump off sides there. That'll reset the downs for Hermiston. Bring up 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Couple communication. Looking over to the sideline there for Hermiston. Takes the snap, gives it off to the right side. Trying to fight forward for some extra yards.
Yeah, Larson again with the call, which you've heard his name already many times here in this game. He has the lone touchdown so far.
Big chunk carry guy, able to pick up 5-6 every yards, and they're not easy yards either. He fights for them. As they motion him out to the left, quarterback will roll left and then scramble right, trying to make a couple people miss. Finally taken down. A lot of lateral movement, not a whole lot of up the field movement, as all that running will only be good for a gain of 2 on the play.
Yeah, that's Seth Lane that chased him down and brought down Stasic. Got him by the ankle and pulled him down.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Hermiston now. Stasic has the snap go up over his head, picks it up off the bounce, and just slides down to the ground at the Pasco 40. That'll bring up 4th down and about 20 now, as I assume they'll just punt this one away.
Well, you're at the 40-yard line, so I don't know that you're going to do that. They may take the opportunity. They could see if they can shove it down in the coffin corner and put it out of bounds. Looks like that's what they're going to do, and take the opportunity, see if they can get a good bounce and angle it, keep it out of the end zone.
Pasco has 2 people deep to return the kick. And they're just going to signal to get away from it. One of the Hermiston gunners seeming to think maybe it touched off the Pasco player.
Yeah, well, why not? See,
give it a shot at least, right?
You never know. So coming up with it was Sohanik. Santos take it in, but it'll stop right at the point that he grabbed the ball. So really it gets him, I think you're going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. So if he kicked it into the end zone, would have been there anyway. Somewhere around there. 18 is where they're going to spot it. So Pasco deep in its own end once again.
Coming out in a wing T offensive look here. As a running back down in a 3-point stance. Trying to get a little bit of trickery with the motions. But the carry will go up the gut. Not quite able to see who that was with the carry.
Really good block thrown, though, to create room by Seth Reeve. Reeve leading the way. Opened up a 6-yard gain.
Mendoza at the tailback position.
Whoops. It's going to go against Pasco, it looks like. Taken off too soon. Around that right side, turns into a offside. Legal procedure. Hey, DQ fans, download the DQ app now. Explore the menu, order ahead. Few clicks and you'll save on weekly deals. Earn points when you scan your phone at the register. You'll get more deals. It's all even easier when you add Apple Pay. Only at DQ. We're happy. Tastes good.
Yeah, and this is new from this Pasco offense. We haven't seen this all year long. They're coming out with the Southridge patented wing tee. Pitches it off to the motion back. Takes it off up the left side. Tries to cut it back to the right. Finally brought down. See where the ref spot it. Might be good for a pickup of a new set of downs. And they'll signal it is, so that'll be a new set of downs. Pickup of 10 on the play.
Well, the one thing the wing tee does is give you possession time, theoretically.
Yeah, and that was Elijah Henderson, who had originally been at tailback, but they kind of put him to that little wide out spot there at the ends of the formation. Motioned him over and just pitched it off. Henderson able to do the rest. This time they give up the middle. That to Mendoza. Mendoza fights forward for about 5 yards. Maybe 6. We'll bring up second now and 4 for Pasco. And slowly, I mean, the swing tees looking to be a little effective here for Pasco. But traditionally, we've seen them, want to air it out, and that's because it's the positions that they've been in this year. They've had to pass in order to come back in some of the games they've been in. And another give up the gut to Mendoza. This time he'll be met by Hermiston's defense as they break through that offensive line of Pasco. Brings up 3rd and 3 now.
Yeah, look like Larson with the tackle. So 3rd and about 2.
Yeah, and they'll have Mendoza back there again, and Henderson motions. They give it to Henderson as he breaks up the left side, and yet again, that'll be good for another Pasco first down.
Yeah, Pasco looking good in that wing tee, and you know what it does? It eats the clock, keeps the ball on the ground, gives you possession time, and it's been a lot of time for the defense on the field, which just wears you out in the previous 7 games. So,
yeah, I mean, I wonder if they have been inspired by Southridge, maybe, perhaps. Coach over there, big fan of the wing tee.
Well, the one thing you've got to establish a running game, and that's been the problem. I mean,
yes.
As far as the yardage, 85% of the yards have been in the air this year.
Yep, and this time they'll give it off to that other back there, lined up in the formation. Been using Henderson and Mendoza. This time get the ball in somebody else's hands. And if you're the defense, the only way to stop the wing tee is just pure assignment football. Don't overcommit. Play your angles of pursuit. And do your job. So I'm sure Hermiston focused on that now as the handoff is up the middle again. This time.
No gain. So 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and against the wing tee, you can stack the box a little bit. You can pull the safeties down some. Obviously, you're not as worried of the pass, but you still want to be cognizant of it. Because what they'll do is they'll send one of those tight ends straight up the seam when you're not ready for it after lulling you to sleep at the run. Motion over and give it to him on the pitch again. And I don't think he's going to get it, Craig. See where they spot this ball.
Yeah, there was Mercado that got that chuck. Took it up that left side, and yeah, he's going to be short. Or no, apparently he did get it.
They're going to give it to him.
Yeah, gracious, I think, as far as where the spot was, and they'll take
right
at the 48-yard line of Hermiston. So Pasco keeps that drive rolling.
Yeah, stringing together a long drive here.
Yeah, start at their own 20-yard line and picking up some yards, keeping it on the ground.
Motion. Fakes the pitch, gives the handoff up the gut, making a couple people miss. Finally brought down by 3 or 4 Hermiston defenders. What a carry that was after the handoff.
Yeah, that was a perfect set there.
As that was Coravubius on the play. Second time he's seen the ball out of that formation. Have a timeout trying to get that Hermiston defense a break. Maybe coach over there talking about, hey, we didn't expect to see this wing tee. We've seen it against Southridge. But Hermiston leads it 7-0 over Pasco. Pasco making their way down the field. But we'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching SWX.
The stakes are high to stop a MAGA extremist in central Washington. Jared Sessler attended the insurrection, calling it
absolute most beautiful ending to the biggest heist in world history.
Our best choice? Dan Newhouse, one of just 10 Republicans who voted to impeach Trump after January 6th. Now Trump wants Newhouse gone. Let's send him a message. Put party aside and do what's right, just like Dan did for us. Vote Dan Newhouse.
We'd like to thank our proud sponsor of high school football, Perfection Glass, your window and door specialists in the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, and surrounding areas for over 45 years. Call today. Free estimate. Visit perfectionglass.com. Good-looking drive so far for the Hermiston Bulldogs.
Yeah, Hermiston, I think there, as far as during that break, I think their coach was talking to him a little bit about putting together a plan to stop this wing tee that's been occurring, and it's been effective for Pasco so far.
Yeah, Pasco racking up the yards and going to do it again.
A stiff arm puts a man down in the dirt, spins, and finally brought down. Bring him down at the 16-yard line.
Yeah,
that was Matthew Hill on the carry.
James Young at 6'1", 160 just throws him down to the turf. I don't think he was too happy about the yardage he picked up. Watch this.
Well, so far, Craig, we've seen them run 3 plays out of this. We've seen them run 3 plays out of this wing tee. They'll motion over one person, and
it's like 2 different games.
Yeah.
So the first quarter was all Hermiston, and now here in the second quarter, it's all Pasco. Keeping the ball on the ground, never a pass attempted. We're going to have a hold. So that's all going to come back.
Yep.
That one checked right in the middle of the line by the referee. Illegal block.
Yeah, usually you can get away with a little hold as long as it's happening away from the ball.
Yeah, that one down below.
Yeah. But ref's eyes were all over that one.
So they go way back. So the Pasco drive, 1st and a lot.
James Young will be lined up on the right side of that wing tee formation. Motions him over. Handoff right up the middle.
Picks up about 5, which will bring it to 2nd and 20.
It was Jaden Ashley with the carry there for Pasco. Pickup of about 4 on the play. Hermiston making some substitutions, trying to keep that front 7 healthy. Motion, and this time they'll give it to the left wing. Pretty good defense there by Hermiston on that play. It's a play that's been going for big yards for Pasco, but a good stop there.
Yeah, it was Cash Edwards with the tackle.
Covarrubias with the carry there. Pasco linemen may be starting to get a little tired. You can see them with their hands on their hips there in that huddle. It's been a long drive. And a big carry. Bring them back to within about 11 yards of the first down marker.
And it gets them about right where the drive started. So 3rd, make it a 4th and 11 here.
Looks like they'll bring out their field goal unit. Just watching this guy kick during warm-ups, and
he's got a great leg.
Yeah, he's got the leg for this for sure. We'll see if Pasco can get their first points of the game on the board off of this field goal attempt. Good hold. And it's blocked. Blocked by Hermiston, and they're going to pick it up. They're going to say he was down, but the attempt blocked.
Well, I'm not sure it ever got blocked. I don't think he ever got the ball up to throw it on the tee on the snap. Bounced in there, and, of course, when you're down, your knees are down, and you're on the ground. You can't return that. So,
yeah, I think he kind of just plopped on it there. That's what it looked like.
Can't pick it up and run. It's not the National Football League.
Yeah.
Nobody touched it, but down is down, and Hermiston gets exactly what it wanted from its D, and now the offense will take over. So good job by Hermiston.
Hermiston with the touch pass. Had a chance to pull him down in the backfield. There will be a flag on the play. That on the backside of Hermiston's offense.
Yeah, Krebs with that touch pass. Shovel pass.
Most likely going to be a holding call here, and that's exactly what he signals, is holding. Yeah, usually a play gets blown up like that. You know, you might see a little holding call.
Yeah, you start to improvise, as we talked about earlier.
Yep. Able to break one tackle and then, even almost get back up to the line of scrimmage, but definitely a blown up play call. As Pasco was ready for that.
Tonight's SWX broadcast presented by Abby's Legendary Pizza in Yakima, open for team meals and celebrations with a very special team discount for athletes, coaches, parents, and fans.
Hermiston throws out to that wide out, and don't quite think he was able to bring that one in. We'll see a late flag.
Yeah, Welty with the catch. And curious, and I mean, not just a late flag, but that was one that...
And another flag being thrown now.
Yeah. Very high flags. Look like a SpaceX flight.
Yeah.
Hang way up there.
I think we might have a personal foul here.
Might have a couple of them.
Yeah, I don't think Welty quite secured that one in, and they blew the whistle, and he stiff-armed a Pasco defender there. Referee saw that, and I think that's what spiked the initial late flag that we saw, and then maybe Welty said something to the referees as they were all kind of grouped around there. But we'll see. I'm just speculating at this point, of course.
SWX broadcast brought to you by West Coast Screen Printing and Embroidery, with a focus on bringing your brand to life. A large selection of T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, signs, banners, and more. Your company is sure to find products that will bring your company to that next level. That's West Coast Screen Printing and Embroidery, specializing in seasonal team apparel.
Yeah, and they said incomplete pass, and then he kind of tries stiff arming, and that's when we see that flag come flying in.
Went way up in the air.
Yep. One of the two that went way up in the air.
That little weight, and you hope it doesn't land on you.
I've heard horror stories about that. So it'll be 2nd and a mile to go for Hermiston now.
Very deep in its own end. 7-yard line.
Fakes the handoff, throws down the left side of the field, and almost intercepted. And we might get a penalty here.
And we're going to get a little action there on the sideline. 2 flags go flying again.
Yeah, Fabian Mercado almost with the pick and just kind of stood over top of Welty there, and I don't think Welty was having it, just trying to get up off the ground, but couldn't.
Yeah, Welty was in unfriendly territory in the near sideline, on the Pasco sideline, and somebody said something, and then it just kind of went from there as we look at the play again.
Yeah, Welty actually broke this one up and kept it from being an interception, as he had it there in his hands.
Yeah, it was really, Welty, I think it was more his helmet knocked the ball away. And then see a little bit of chatting. You can see that, and then getting knocked down, ended up on the backside.
And then maybe just see a flag thrown there after it looked like
Mercado
said something maybe, and the ref standing right behind him.
Yep.
Getting a little chippy in this one. Maybe the Bulldog Bowl is coming to life, Craig.
I knew I should have brought a treat for the Bulldog. You're going to have some Bulldog that was going to get upset. We knew that.
Well, that's why, Craig, if you would have brought a treat, you know.
If I'd only known, we could have been the peacekeeper here.
And a long discussion in the middle of the field from the referees here. This leads me to believe there's probably multiple penalties, most likely going to be offsetting personals if I had to take a guess.
Kind of like a world leader here, I could say don't. So don't. And that's exactly what the White Hats said with all those flags. And two of them came out on that. And I don't know, that's 2 out of 3 plays they've had to more than likely deal with unsportsmanlike. So now they're all talking about it, and I would think they may want to talk to captains. We could be getting to that point where they're going to have a little discussion.
Well, I tell you, I've seen it in Richland's first game of the season. I believe Richland was taking on Hanford, kind of putting it on them a little bit. That a great passing offense that they have. And the referees, after a couple of celebrations by Richland's wideouts, called everybody to the middle of the field and had a conversation with the coaches and captains and sorted that out.
I was never one that liked trash talk. I mean, it was just, you weren't going to upset me, and it'd be like, if you want to get into it, I'll beat you. You know, I'll get you with one-liners if you really want to get into this game. So don't do that. I just think it's a non-winner. Play your game.
Yeah, I'm not big on the jaw jacking, but I always like the little, you know, if you've been running your mouth towards me, let's see what we got here.
Well, personal foul.
So it is going to be offsetting personal foul penalties, which I assumed it would be. So that'll bring up 3rd down now.
Yeah, we just repeat.
The referee's talking to both teams' head coaches.
Just reading his lips as was going on. We'll just say he said we'll repeat 3rd down and go on from there. Wish we had Mike on him tonight, but unfortunately don't. Such a nice touch to have that where you can eavesdrop in, and really it makes it easier for the fans to know what's going on.
Well,
all the sports.
You love in the NFL when they accidentally cue it and makes for some, you know, little funny moments and things of that nature. But like you said, obviously great for the fans. We're up here, you know. I know the majority of the hand signals and everything, but
takes you inside of the game.
Yeah, for a large part, we're up here reading lips. So.
Some words are easier to read than others. Especially on TV. And we're not necessarily coming in close for that, but
yeah.
We could read what he had to say. It was easy enough to go. But I know you don't want to keep having situations and now talk to the bench.
Yeah,
Hermiston. Yeah, he's talking to Fatete there.
Hermiston still kind of gathered in a huddle there on the field, but not necessarily out there. Pasco's out there ready for defense.
I think it's one of those things, too. I think Fatete is telling him, look, our guy ended up over on that sideline. He was all by himself, you know.
Yeah.
And I understand that. So you got a lot of guys in the dark purple, and you're the only guy in white over there, and you start looking for some help.
Yeah, and I do think Pasco's coach was trying to pull off Mercado when he was standing over top of him.
Oh, yeah. He was right. That was right there. So Leon Wright Jackson quickly, great guy, jumping in, trying to keep the situation from breaking out, and he did his job. Trying to get everybody away and give a free lane to get Weldy out of there.
Yeah, I think maybe he just got a little paranoid, you know. I don't know. You have those football helmets on, you can't see much with your peripherals, and I think he just saw all black. Was making a scramble to get out of there. You saw him throwing his hands up as he was doing that, as well as finally Hermiston will come back out onto the field.
Very, very deep in its own end.
Yeah, so that'll be a matchup to watch now.
First and 31.
Motions over, throws to Welty, gets a block, scrambling up the left side of the field. He'll finally be brought down at the 24, and that'll be right about where play began, as that'll bring up 10 yards to go.
Great run by Welty. Had to improvise a little bit there and then cut up that left sideline. And able to get to the 24-yard line. So picked up 21 on the play. This, get another look at it here.
Yeah, and you know, that's what I was about to say.
Great block. Yeah.
That'll be a matchup to watch now throughout the night, is Welty and Mercado.
Yeah, I didn't catch you through that block. It was really a good block on the near side to open it up.
Velazquez be on now for Hermiston to kick. Now we'll have another stoppage in play. It looks like a timeout will be called with 2:17 left in the second quarter. I don't know what the timeout could be about. They both teams had what I thought would have been ample amount of time to discuss some strategy, but
we've got a little bit of time here. You know, use your timeouts or lose them.
Well, yeah, that's true as well.
Pasco has 3. Hermiston still has 1. We have 2:17 left in the half. It's homecoming night, and you want to keep the ball. And if you can open up a lead, take it in the locker room, 14-0. Here on the road, you're feeling pretty good when you're looking for win number 1. And if you're Pasco, you're trying to create a turnover and take over in pretty good field position and trying to even this thing up.
Yeah, no, absolutely, especially with the limited scoring that we've seen in this first half. So you're absolutely right. That could be huge. The Velazquez for Hermiston gets it away. High kick. I'm going to signal to just get away from it. Starts to bounce backwards, and Hermiston will down it. At the 34-yard line is where Pasco will set up its offense to go to work.
And Pasco got about a 4-yard friendly bounce there to have it come back, and touchdown at the 35-yard line of Pasco at 2:07 left. And then last couple of drives, Pasco here in this quarter has probably had the ball 6 minutes.
Yeah, and they come out now with that spread offense. Wondered if they'd come out with the wing T again, since they were having some success with it. Throws the screen pass to the right, trying to make it out of bounds. Able to do so. Picks up what they'll say is 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 and stop the clock at 2 minutes even left before the half.
Yeah, Welty knocks Valencia out of bounds. 1-on-1 right there. Number 1 on number 1.
And they'll come back out now and just flip the formation with 3 receivers out to the top. The left side now. One back, looks left, throws deep down the field.
Yeah, he's looking for Valencia there. That one falls incomplete. Valencia coming into the game, 27 receptions, 309 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and I mean, that was a good route there, wide open on the corner route, but just not quite able to get the ball where it needed to be. Come out with the same look, one-on-one coverage at the bottom. And he's going to look that way, scrambling around in the pocket, rolling out to the left, and a big hit brought down hard by Hermiston's defense. Looked like he almost did a flip there, got kind of double-teamed. This is an example of what I was talking about. He's just so great at improvising in that pocket, seeing that he has nothing and rolling out to the left to create space. But, hit brought down hard there. First got hit up top and then hit down low.
A great job by Paul Schultz, and Schultz cranked him with the hit. Really a great hit, and it was good pursuit too. As you could see, he was waiting as the linebacker, just waiting there.
Yeah, Olvera will definitely be feeling that one a little bit tomorrow. But another timeout taken, obviously. Tackled down on the field would have had the clock running, so stops the clock to give them some more time to figure out an offensive strategy to try and make their way down the field and tie this thing up before going into half.
Yeah, but Schultz really read that extremely well, and with patience. Paul was waiting as the linebacker, the middle linebacker, 5'10", 205, the senior, and just waited. Very patient. $1:39 left here in the half.
It'll be 4th and 4. And honestly, maybe could see a fake, but we'll see. We'll see after the timeout, of course. A deep snap, and the punt is muffed and fielded by Hermiston, trying to take it up the field. As that was James Young for the Bulldogs, who caught the tipped punt and tried taking it up the field. Great reactions there.
Yeah, Henderson was quick on it. There's a look at him. And Henderson able to take it. Now another discussion. And see what we have here.
Really making these refs earn their keep today, aren't they? I had an idea of what the last one could have been about. Not really sure what this one is. Maybe a holding call. So we could see that Hermiston defensive front just able to penetrate through.
I think that ball was blocked.
I agree. I think it was blocked, and again, James Young for Hermiston just having some great awareness there to look up, see it, field it, and at least make an attempt at returning it.
This SWX production sponsored by Yakima Federal Savings and Loan. Give your pride and joy the power to be the responsible one. Empower your student with a Clear Choice student checking account. Open yours today at any Yakima Federal Savings and Loan location.
So again, both of these teams will go to the sidelines and await the call and have some time to do some more strategizing with 1:30 left before half.
Yeah, again, a lot of discussion with the flag that went down. I think it went down late too.
Yeah, I think so. It was right around where Young was brought down for Hermiston on that return. So I don't know if it was something late, and then even Hermiston's team was clapping. Now that could have been because of the tipped punt, or because they thought the flag was in favor of them.
It looks like the Dodgers-Yankees going to 10th. They are tied.
There's a shot of the crowd here for its homecoming. A lot of people waiting anxiously, like we are, for the penalty. So they're still out there meeting, Craig, and I genuinely didn't see anything. I don't possibly know what this one could be about.
Well, it is a long discussion, and
well, they finally break their huddle here.
They're going to walk over.
Heading over to both coaches' sidelines.
Come over and explain it. Wonder if we could have a DQ coming.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that one kind of walks into it. Hey, DQ fans. You know the best time to download the DQ app? It's right now. Create an account. Get new deals every week. And don't forget about the points. Just place an order, scan your phone at the register, watch the points pile up. They're in delicious rewards. Only at DQ, we're happy, tastes good. And if we get a DQ here, it may not taste good, may not feel good.
Unless, of course, they head to DQ.
Yeah, which they could. Although the pace, we're at a rapid pace, we've slowed down now. And personal foul.
So the personal foul against
the offset.
Personal foul was against Hermiston. Wasn't quite able to catch what that first one was that was against Pasco.
And we've got a first down. Or fourth down, rather. Fourth down, no kick.
No, you were right. You had it right initially.
Yeah.
So
first down.
and 10.
Yeah, it was first.
Yep.
I was pointing it. I was looking over, and
Yeah,
then they had fourth over in the
drops
Hermiston
back,
ball.
throws back against the field on the halfback screen. Goes for a decent gain on the play, gain of 13. Because that was McCamey. Just a little halfback slip screen action. Kind of faked out the defense by rolling to the left and then letting that defensive line get through, throwing back to the right. Decent gain. Clock still ticking. Drops back, throws deep to the left in the middle of the field. And that's a touchdown for Hermiston. What a throw and what a route. Because that's Ryan Allen who makes the reception. Able to read the safeties, saw that they were in zone coverage, splits them right up the middle, and then obviously Stasek seeing it, making the throw.
Ryan Allen with a post pattern, and as you said, split the backs. And wide open. Able to collect it and puts another 6 up for Hermiston.
Yeah, just a perfectly timed ball there, too. But that'll put them up 13-0 over Pasco as they'll come on now for the extra point attempt. Going to have whistles stopping the play.
Yeah, offside on that right side coming in.
That's what I think as well. Not able to see what the hand signal was there, but I believe you're right. Offsides against Pasco. Coming off that right end. Getting a little angsty. So they'll retry it again. The extra point is up. And the extra point is good. That'll give Hermiston a 2-possession, 14-0 lead over Pasco with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to play here in the first half.
So Velasquez able to get his second extra point of the game. Off the hold by Krebs. And a 14-0 lead to take in the locker room here on the road for Hermiston.
Yeah, and you know, special teams has been kind of interesting here today. Couple, we won't say block kick because it wasn't necessarily attempted, but you know, little issue on the snap and the hold, and jumps on the ball, and then we get a muffed punt. And so special teams just been a little weird today. But we're getting close to Halloween season, so spooky things happen all the time on the field. Isn't that right, Craig?
It's not a full moon tonight. Don't go bring the full moon back on us. A lot of things happen then.
You know, I went and got my Halloween costume yesterday.
Which is?
Let's see, what was it called? It's a Grecian... Yeah, the King of Egypt, that's what it is. Just ran down to Spirit Halloween, you know. Been working out, trying to show off on Halloween a little bit, so... Found something sleeveless.
You're too tall to be King Tut. He's just a little guy.
Yeah. Velasquez now setting up to kick this one away to Pasco, who would like to get some points on the board before the end of this half, and they'll have 1:08 to do so. The kick is away, and it's going to be a squib kick. Bounces over a Pasco return man, but they're able to field it, breaking it out to the right side. Got some decent blocks trying to cut it back up and brought down at the 50-yard line. Great return there by Pasco.
Nice little basketball bounce that popped up, and
that was Jaden Williams on the return.
Williams getting a nice return. Popped over somebody's head, and then 61 seconds left. Pretty good field position right at the midfield stripe of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Williams was able to catch that one in stride, which is always a big advantage when you think of timing and getting up the field, and obviously pays off there as they'll only have 50 to go if they want to score. Not quite sure how far they need to get to be in field goal range, but they do have an opportunity to put some points on the board. Looking, scanning, drops back, throws to the right, and he's hit hard. The pass is broken up by Hermiston. Looked like he caught the ball, but just absolutely smacked. That was Mercado, who the ball was intended for. It looked like, again, he had it and just...
Well, Shilhanick drilled him 6'4", 210.
We'll
and
get
watch
another look at this. Yeah, it looks like, he made the reception and just absolutely smacked as soon as he came down with it. Great job by Hermiston's defensive backs there to break up the completion.
Yeah, let's see.
And they'll go right back to it. Not able to bring that one in this time. Drops that one all on his own accord. It's Makana Garza, who is the intended target on the curl route. Alvera did put it on the money, just not quite able to haul that one in.
So another 3rd and 10, ball at the 50-yard line.
50 seconds left to play before the half now. Alvera with 2 wideouts to the top, 2 down to the bottom, spread with twins to the left and right. Dropping back, has some pressure, scrambling around, scrambles outside to the right, chucks one downfield, and he's got a man wide open, and he drops it. That was a touchdown all day long.
Fabian
Mercado
had it right in his hands and tried to run without the ball.
Mercado just not quite able, and like you said, I think that's the best way to put it. Looked like he turned his head around upfield before he brought that one all the way in. But what a play by Alvera to extend that play. And, he made the throw down there as well. Big missed opportunity there for Pasco to get a good score in and go down just one possession into the half.
Yeah, Mercado Sr., that he certainly wanted to have that ball, and tough go there. They're going to go for it, though, at the 50.
4th and 10. 41 left to play in the half. Alvera throws a deep strike in the middle. He's got another man. He's wide open. He's going to be tackled down at the 5-yard line. An incredible throw by Alvera.
Makana Garza with the reception and gets inside the 5-yard line and tackled at the 4. So
the clock will still be running.
I think they saw something they were able to do.
Yeah, and great confidence by Alvera to just step up in that pocket and deliver the throw even as it was collapsing around him.
Pasco had 3 timeouts, so now they're down to 2. They're going to smartly use one here. But really, really well done, and confidence, too, coming back and putting it right back up in the air. Mercado off the hook after that, and Garza's good friend, able to get him off the hook with that catch. Big play. That electrifies here the crowd at Pasco, here at Edgar Brown.
Yeah, and Garza going to get himself some water after that big catch. Tried fighting into the end zone. Looked like maybe he didn't quite catch that one in stride, though, so after he caught it, tried getting back on his high horse and ran down inside that 5-yard line.
Yeah, a little slant pattern. Headed to the post and able to come up with that. Takes it in over the shoulder, and off he goes. But well done by Garza. Still, keep in mind, too, Pasco's got 2 timeouts. Well, they've had good success out of that wing tee, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, now would certainly be a good time to go back to it.
Yeah, and now you're inside that 4-yard line. Let's see what they do here.
Well, it looks like they're going to come back out in that spread-style offense. Nope, they're going to motion into the wing tee, which I think is a smart decision. Motions one over. The give. Up the middle. We'll see what they say. And they say it's a touchdown, as Pasco will score their first touchdown of the game to bring them within 1 possession of Hermiston. And you called it there, Craig. Said the wing tee would be a mighty great thing to do if you were Pasco. And
well, it worked here earlier in the quarter and picked up, and they get a 4-yard run here, and they're in the game. They're just going to go for the kick.
Well, awaiting the extra point. It's up. It's a very low kick, but it is good. And that'll make the score with 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Hermiston 14, Pasco 7.
I believe it was Jaden Williams with the 4-yard run.
Yeah, I believe so.
So we've got a game now at 14-7. Battle for the Bulldog.
The Bulldog Bowl. You know, I like it. It has a nice ring to it. I like now that I'm thinking about it, it's got the purple collar or as a choker around the trophy.
Yeah,
both of these teams got some purple in there. I like it.
I don't want to act like the world's smartest man because I'm not. I mean, you could just feel with the success that Pasco had going into that wing tee. Well, why not? You're inside the 5-yard line. Let's keep it on the ground, and then showed them a different formation, and then come in close quarters.
Well, you mentioned they had 2 timeouts, and obviously when you're in a situation with limited time, you typically don't want to kill the clock. But if you got 2 timeouts to give and you're in the red zone, why not?
You're also playing a young team.
Yep.
And so they've got to be able to read the change that just happened, and no time to react.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a great play call there by Pasco, and again, I don't think we knew that they were going to come out in that spread and then motion back in, but, I mean, obviously a great play call there by Coach, as it was effective, and even the wing tee in of itself had been averaging them about 4 or 5 yards a carry, so just a good play call there by Pasco.
Yeah, Leon Wright-Jackson.
This one is fielded. Hermiston will make an attempt at returning it. Out to the right side. Got a couple blockers. Still going. Flags will fly. Most likely we'll have either a block in the back or holding call. Lots of penalties here, Craig.
Not really surprising. And there's a lot of energy in this game, that's for sure. And you're playing for pride, and you want to win, but a hold going to bring that back at the end of the run.
Hold against Hermiston.
Yeah, pretty good run there, too, by Ryan Allen. Picked it up and carried it down.
Well, they'll bring their offense out on the field and start with 20 seconds left from their own 30-yard line. Obviously, it'd be nice to score, but you don't want to do anything too risky and give Pasco an opportunity to tie the ball game before half. So we'll see if they just run it out or if they attempt to air this out to close out this second quarter. Throws it out to the right. A lot of running room. Cuts it up the middle. And what a gain, as he'll finally be brought down.
That's Welty. Caught it down that right sideline, and Welty.
The 18-yard line. Well, they'll mark him down at about the 32 as referees are stop and play, maybe giving the chain gang a little time to get set up down there.
Good pickup, almost 28 yards. Excellent pickup. Last play of the half here with 4 seconds.
Yeah, and how about the first half he's had? Still have time for one more play, most likely. Drops back. Pump fakes. Finally launches it down the field. And the pass is broken up. Welty wanting the flag, but he's not going to get it.
Excellent coverage.
Pasco player maybe hurt, shaken up on the play. Limping off the field. He'll have time to nurse that one as we go into the half. Take another look at this here. Launches it down the field. 3-on-1. And, you know.
Almost picked off.
Well, that and. Well, he had a shot at it almost.
Yeah, Flores had the ball go in and out of his hands.
But certainly an interesting one here so far as Hermiston leads it 14-7 over Pasco. We'll have more action from halftime after the break. You're watching SWX.